Argentina, the land of the tango, barbecues and soccer passion. But also, my friends, the land of unsolved mysteries that will give you goosebumps. Have you ever wondered what lies hidden behind the facade of such a vibrant country? Behind the joy and color, shadows stretch, cases the police couldn't solve, secrets that seem to be swallowed by the earth itself. Today, here at Top 5 Ecrit, we delve into the dark side of Argentina, into stories that will make you question everything you thought you knew. 5 cases of people who vanished like ghosts, leaving behind nothing but questions, fear, and a silence that screams. Are you ready to explore the abyss of the unknown? Buckle up, because this journey into the depths of Argentinian mystery has just begun. Our first stop takes us to the year 1988, to the city of General Roca in the Rio Negro province. Imagine, a summer night, the air humid and heavy, the chirping of crickets. A 19-year-old young man, Omar Esparza, says goodbye to his family. He's going to meet up with friends, a night like any other. But Omar never arrives at his destination. The search begins immediately. The police, the family, friends, all united in their despair. The only thing they find is his bicycle, abandoned on a dirt road, as if the earth had swallowed him whole. What happened to Omar Esparza? Theories sprout up like mushrooms. The Omar Esparza case becomes an open wound in the community of General Roca, a constant reminder that reality can sometimes be more terrifying than any fiction. Our next stop takes us to the Buenos Aires province, to the year 1990. In a quiet neighborhood where life seemed to go on as usual, 2 sisters, Maria Cristina and Maria de las Mercedes Ledo, were getting ready for school. They had their whole lives ahead of them, dreams, hopes. But fate, as it sometimes is a cruel screenwriter. It was a sunny morning when the Ledo sisters left their house and walked to the bus stop. They never arrived at school. Witnesses claim to have seen them getting into a car, a seemingly insignificant detail that would become the key piece of a macabre puzzle. The disappearance of the Ledo sisters shocked Argentinian society. 2 little girls, 2 destroyed lives, a mystery that dominated the headlines and whispered conversations. The police launched a frantic search, but the clues were scarce, confused, like shards of a broken mirror. Family, friends, neighbors were questioned. Vehicles were tracked. Searches were carried out. A reward was offered. But the Ledo sisters seemed to have vanished into thin air. The case of the Ledo sisters became a symbol of helplessness against the unexplainable, a reminder that even in the 20th century, darkness can take what is most dear to us. Years later, the case is still open, a silent scream in Argentina's collective memory. Our third story takes us to the year 2006, to Cordoba, known for its colonial architecture and its vibrant student life. In the midst of this, a 22-year-old young man, Ivan Torres, was getting ready for a party with friends. Laughter, music, the promise of a bright future. But the night, sometimes it shows a dark face. Ivan left his house with the energy of youth, ready to enjoy the Cordoba night. But at dawn, the party high turned into a nightmare. Ivan hadn't come home. Initial concern gave way to fear, and fear to the certainty that something terrible must have happened. A desperate search began, but Ivan seemed to have vanished like a ghost in the dawn. A few days later, a gruesome discovery. Ivan's cell phone and personal belongings were found in a park near the party location. But there was no trace of Ivan. The police interrogated Ivan's friends, reconstructed his last steps, evaluated surveillance footage. But the case fizzled out in a labyrinth of dead ends. The Ivan Torres case, a reminder of the fragility of life, remains unsolved to this day, a gaping wound in the heart of Cordoba. Our search now takes us to Mendoza, land of vineyards and imposing mountains, but also the scene of a case that made its residents' blood run cold. In 2015, Lucia Gare, an 18-year-old young woman, full of dreams and with a smile that lit up her face, got ready to go out with friends. An evening like any other. An evening that promised laughter and shared secrets. But the night, sometimes it has other plans. Lucia kissed her family goodbye and promised to call later. But that call never came. The hours passed. Worry gripped the family, and the shadow of tragedy began to spread. A frantic search began. Friends, family, volunteers, all united in the hope of finding Lucia safe and sound. But days turned into weeks, and hope faded like tears in the rain. Lucia's cell phone was found on wasteland, a desolate place that seemed to reflect the family's fear. But there was no trace of Lucia. There were no signs of violence, no witnesses, only a terrifying silence that echoed in the hearts of those who loved her. The police followed every lead, every rumor, every suspicion. The Lucia Garay case became an open wound in Mendoza's memory. Our final case takes us right into Argentina's recent history, to an event that shook the country and left an invisible scar on the collective memory. In 2006, Julio Lopez, a bricklayer who became a symbol of the fight against impunity, was to testify in a historic trial against a torturer from the last military dictatorship. Lopez, a simple man who had experienced the horrors of the dictatorship firsthand, wanted to tell his story, to speak his truth in court. But fate, sometimes it has a macabre plan. And the truth, sometimes it can be dangerous. On September 18, 2006, Julio Lopez disappeared without a trace. He had left his home to go to court, but he never arrived at his destination. The news of his disappearance shocked the country. Had he been silenced? Had he become another victim of political violence? The disappearance of Julio Lopez triggered a wave of outrage and protests across the country. Thousands of people took to the streets to demand his return and to denounce the impunity of the crimes of the dictatorship. The police launched an extensive search, but the clues were scarce and confusing. The Julio Lopez case became a symbol of the fight against impunity and a reminder that the ghosts of the past can return to haunt us. 5 stories, 5 missing people, 5 mysteries that remind us that reality can be stranger than fiction. 5 cases that defy logic, that force us to look over our shoulders and wonder what lurks in the shadows. What do you think happened to Omar, the Ledo sisters, Ivan, Lucia, and Julio? Accidents, crimes, or something darker, something beyond our comprehension? Share your theories in the comments, because here at Top 5 Ekret, the truth is always somewhere, waiting to be discovered. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and activate notifications so you don't miss a video. Because here at Top 5 Ekret, there's always a new mystery to solve, a new story that will leave you speechless.